Hey guys, Michael Johnson here. Just wanted to start touching base with everybody and giving you some tips on how to stay motivated. You know, here we are after the holiday and we're coming up to the new year. Wanted to do something to sort of throw out some little tips on how to attain those New Year's resolutions. You know, everybody's doing a resolution, and in many cases those last 2 weeks, maybe a month if you're really solid on them. But there's some things that you can do to be on course and on par for making some real solid changes. There's some things like diets that just don't work. Diets don't work. Stop doing it. Just quit. Forget it before you even start. But there are things that do work, and it's lifestyle changes. It's things that you have to commit to and actually put some time into to create as habit. Diets don't work because you're trying to think that you're going to change something for a little bit of time, but you're in the back of your mind, you're just going, nah, I'll just go back to how it usually is. So there's some things that you can do with the new stuff that you want to accomplish, and I encourage you to find some stuff that you want to attain. It's always good to have a target, always good to have a goal, so you got to start there. What do you want? Pick something you want, go after it hardcore, but first thing you got to do is you got to pick out what you want. And for most people, this is the biggest challenge, but there are some things that you can do to help that. The first thing is maybe talk to a friend, have them sit down with you and brainstorm. And I know some people have a hard time being creative or just even coming up with those ideas, but it does help to sit down and talk to a friend and just get an idea of what it is that you'd like. Once you've decided what you want, then you got to kind of backtrack a little bit and look and see, okay, how do I have to attain that, and what is it that I have to do to go get that? And usually you can backtrack it pretty easy, but that's not the hard part either. The next piece that's a challenge is you've got to start to schedule it, and that's the big tip. If you can start to schedule it in, you all have the technology, because if you're watching me right now, you're watching me on Facebook, on YouTube, or on some type of social media, so I know you have the technology. We have things like our cell phones, all of the calendars, all of those types of things, and we want to be able to use those tools. And they're simple little things. Everybody has a calendar on their phone. Go program just something into your calendar if you want to read a book over the next month. Find a time. If you schedule it, you will get it done. And that's the important part. You got to start to schedule these things. Even if it's 10 minutes, you think, I'm not going to schedule 10 minutes. That's stupid. No, you know what's stupid is if you don't do it. That's the part that's dumb. You've got to be able to schedule it in and then put a little reminder on it so that it buzzes you, or it, has a little alarm that goes off, and you'll see it every day. And if you start to do it, after about 3 or 4 days, it starts to become habit. After about 10 or 15, you're going to be on a roll, and everything's going to start moving. And as you gain momentum, that's when things start to change, and then it's not a diet. It's just something you do every day, and it'll start to get contagious, especially if it's something you love and you want to attain. It could be working out. It could be starting to eat different, but don't try to change the world in one shot. Just say, hey, you know what? If I'm going to change just a little bit at a time, and just go get it. And then as the ball gets rolling, you'll start to make some really miraculous, huge changes. But it's important that you find that scheduling time. If you schedule it, it'll happen. If you don't schedule it, it'll stay in your head, and you might become a would've, could've, should've type of a thing. And next thing you know, it'll be June, and you'll be wondering, what the heck happened? I missed the boat. So you got to find ways to be able to create that momentum and that little bit of scheduling. Like I said, 10 minutes doing whatever it is you want. Even if it's working out, 10 minutes is amazing. It'll turn into 15 and 20 and 30 minutes as you get the ball rolling and you get momentum. The other thing, and this is the last tip I'll leave you with for right now, but you need to put some emotion behind it. If you put some emotion behind it, you got to figure out why it is that you want to do it. So maybe you have this thing that you want. You want to work out, you want to eat better, you want to earn $1 million, whatever it is that you want. You've got to get some emotion behind it. Why? Why do you want to do it? You have to find out why. So in that same time that you're brainstorming with a friend, with somebody you trust, just start writing down all the whys. If you can come up with those whys, you'll be in great shape. So I encourage you to get out there, find some ways to figure out what it is you want and get some whys, schedule it in, and then the last but not least, you've got to get somebody to help you be accountable. Maybe it's a best friend, maybe it's a coach. I do life coaching, I do dance coaching. Sometimes it's just the accountability that matters. If you can get a coach, somebody or a friend that can just be a mentor, somebody that can hold you accountable and say, hey, you know what, I need your help. These first few days it's going to be tough. I've got it in my calendar, I've got a schedule. Would you mind texting me and saying, hey, did you do that today? Your friends will help you, especially if they can hold you accountable. Go, hey, did you do that? And I've got plenty of those people in my life. I've got a few people that are right on the money, right? And they call me up and they go, hey, did you do this? And I just ask them to. And it's amazing what people do if you just say, hey, you know what? Would you mind sending me a text tomorrow? And they'll go, yeah, sure, I'll help you do that. They'd rather help you than help them sometimes. So it's super, super important that you do those things. I leave you with that for just for this video. I want you to get out, figure out what you want this year, and go get it. Just start small, the little things every day, and you'll make it happen. We'll talk to you some more later, and hopefully we'll send some more of these out your way and get you some good tips to keep moving forward. We'll talk to you later. Peace out.